Hello YouTube, this is my C++ Minecraft clone. Right now you're looking at the main menu screen that we built in the previous streams. We'll start like every time with a summary for people that are opening this stream for the very first time. And then we'll decide what we're going to do today. And at the end of the stream, we'll do a summary of what happened during this stream. Yeah, we'll start with the summary, guys. So this is my menu. I've decided the logo to stay the same. We'll think about for in the future what to do with the logo. So guys, what's up, Jake? Where's Alex? Where's Alex, guys? This is and we from the previous stream we added sounds. So if we click start game, yeah, did you hear that, guys? And we have sounds. We have walking sounds, which is very difficult to hear the walking sound since it's very low volume, but we can destroy blocks. Also, for the rain, we added sound. Also, what else? Also, we added here. We added a pause menu screen, chat. We added a pause menu screen, and we have only two buttons. The first button just goes back in the game, and chat was really excited when I had a button. Like chat was exploding. Oh, Petsa clicked the button and chat goes out. That was a very funny moment in the last stream. The other button doesn't work. What's up, gamer? The other button doesn't work. You can just click it and that's it. So what else, chat? What else can we do for the summary? We have F5. We have F5. We can look at the player, but the player doesn't have animations. The player doesn't have animations, sadly. We have TNT. I really like the implementation of the TNT. But without sound, we should add for the TNT some sound effects. We should add for the TNT sound effects. We can summon Creeper. Here is the that here. You can summon Creeper. But the Creeper is not finished. He cannot move around. He cannot move around. And we have chat here. We have chat. Hello, chat. We have chat. We have chat. And what else do we have? We have water. We have water, chat. So if I go in a low place here, look at how it spreads. Look at how it spreads. It's not finished since we usually put some very harsh deadlines so we can progress faster. It's not finished, but it's close to being good enough. And also it prioritizes here holes. Look at this, chat. It prioritized the hole. Instead of directly spreading, it found the hole. So that's cool. Also, we added the farmland. We added farmland. We added farmland like this. And let me put some crops. Like this. So this farmland, and we have a debug menu on the top left where we can see extra information. And currently the farmland has moisture, and now the moisture is 7. So now the crop can start growing. And the crop also has block state, where on the top left you can see its age. Currently it's 0. And I think it can reach at most of 7. And gradually they start growing. You have to wait for them. They are not fast growers. But this is the wheat block. This is the wheat. It will grow into wheat. I need a helpful wall because the farmland is a bit smaller than the other block. And my ray casting is not the best implementation. It will just replace it. My ray casting it's not perfect. The ray casting is not perfect. We have custom block hovers. If we place the anvil, we have custom block hovers. Look at how it's outlined here perfectly to the mesh. Here the top gets cut of the dirt block, but it's an easy fix. I have been procrastinating on it. But we have custom block outlining. Look at how we can target the blocks behind it. It's not a full block. And here we can see the crop started growing. Look at here, the crop is of H1. Here it's also of H1. Yeah, the pause menu, I already showed it. I already showed the pause menu. We have caves as well, but they are some spaghetti caves. They are not the best caves. We have texture pack support. This is the bare bones texture pack. This is the bare bones texture pack. We have support for texture animations. Any block that has animations, it's animated. Even the portal is animated. And this block is animated as well. But the animation is not fully complete. We don't have interpolation where it smooths out the animation. We're missing one last feature for the animations, but it's not a priority. For today, chat will decide what we're doing. If we try to make the anvil act like a non-block object or an entity, the only block entities is the TNT when you activate it. Like if I place a TNT at a high spot, like for example, not the water, for example, here, if I place it here and I activate it, it becomes an entity. You can ignore the particles. You can ignore the particles. But yeah, we have particles. That reminded me. Look at here, we have particles that collide with the world. The particles collide and they change depending on what block you hit. We did it in a single stream, the particles, so they're not perfect, chat. They're not perfect. Anything else, chat? We have redstone. We have redstone as well, which is not fully implemented, but good enough. Here, this gets cut. I'll have to look into it, but it actually works. You can push blocks around. Oh, and we have structure blocks. Yeah, I forgot about that. We have structure blocks. Yeah, this is it. This is the structure block where all of these trees here were created in Minecraft here in the game and are placed with the structure block. So here, right now I've stopped IMGUI. I'm using IMGUI for the menus and at least for the structure block I'm using IMGUI, and I removed IMGUI, and that's why here I got the exception. But we have structure blocks. We have structure blocks. So chat will be deciding what we're going to do today. And like every stream, we just open a notepad and brainstorm a few ideas, and we'll pick between the ideas, chat. So let's brainstorm a few ideas, chat. Let's brainstorm a few ideas. I think from the previous stream we had cool ideas like fishing. We had cool ideas previous time. Let me open from yesterday the ideas. Yeah, I prepared them here from yesterday, the ideas. Yeah, the item mesh. Fix water, flowing lava to have lava. Sun gravity. Pause menu. We already did the pause menu. Loading screen. Okay, loading screen. That's a good idea. Loading screen. Item mesh. What else, chat? Day and night. Day and night, day and night. Will it be too difficult? I'll write it down, but I'll think about it if I'll put it in the poll. But we can do snow. We can do thunder. Thunder. We can do thunders. Chest. We can do chest. More biomes. What else? Swimming. Yeah, first person hunt. What else? Settings. Settings will be very good. Lava flow. What else? Creeper. Zombie. Villagers. Horse. The nether. The end. Video settings, fix ray casting. Yo, thank you for the super chat. Bro, I think you're 3 times in a row, man. I remember you. Let me open you in the other tab here to heart it. I called another one of your streams again. I'm still working in the demo video. As of now, controller support is annoying to implement. I appreciate, man, and I know you make your own voxel game. Let me know when you're ready for me to review your game on stream, if you want. And I'll even probably make a video about it. Let me know when you have a video for me to look at. But I appreciate for the super chat. I think this is your 3rd super chat. I appreciate. So what now? Obsidian enchantment. Enchantment table. Enchantment table. Obsidian, cobblestone from water and lava. Cobblestone from water, lava. Lighting. Survival mode. World making. Oh, to have... What do you mean by world making? Bet. Bet should be easy to implement. We have a whole stream chat. You can do ambitious ideas. We'll decide if we're going to add them. We can do signs. So we can place signs with text on them. UI upgrade. Fix errors and bugs. Like having an item on cursor and not being able to leave it. Do more ambitious ideas. More UI upgrade, fix errors is not ambitious. Let's be ambitious, chat. Let's make cool features. Taps on creative mode. World menu. So to pick world gen settings. Torches. Multiplayer. We're not doing multiplayer. Survival inventory. Minecraft made from redstone. World saving. I'm avoiding world saving because once we implement world saving and we add a new feature, it will break it. That's why I'm avoiding world saving. I want it to be the last thing we add. Oh, minecarts. Thank you, Jake. Minecarts. Boats. Boats will also be cool. Health and hunger. Okay, we have enough ideas. We have enough ideas. Let me create a poll chat. Let me create a poll. What to do today? We'll pick from 4 options and let's pick options, chat, for the poll. What should we pick? Loading screen. Loading screen is a good idea. Settings. That's a good idea. Lava. Cobblestone. Cobblestone generator. And one last option. What's a good idea for the last option that you guys will pick? Lighting, I think it's too ambitious. Lighting, I think lighting is too ambitious because the world is endless. If the world was not endless, lighting would be easy. But because the world is infinite, it's a bit of a problem because once we generate the lighting and new chunks come in, I don't know what to do then, chat. Lighting will be too difficult for me. I'm not ready for lighting. Bro, why are you spamming, man? Why are you spamming? So for the last option, what would be the most fun thing? I'm thinking of Thunder for the last option. Item mesh. And should we replace one of these options? I'm thinking, chat. Fishing. I'm not sure about fishing. Boats would be interesting. Yeah, first person hand. Okay. Which one should we replace for first person hand? Loading screen, maybe. First person hand. How to replace settings? No, I'm replacing loading screen. Okay, we're starting a poll. And then while you guys are voting, I'll create a poll for Twitch as well. What to do? I'll create a poll for Twitch. So first person hand, settings, lava, and item mesh generation. Okay, I created a poll for Twitch as well. Okay, chat. So right now we are currently voting on what we are going to do today or in the next 1 hour. And currently the options are to have a first person hand because currently we don't have any hands, man. It's very weird without a hand. So we'll probably have to animate it as well. That would be a bit annoying. And we'll have to figure out how to hold regular items. That would be, I'm not sure about that. Settings would be cool because we will be able to change the render distance and FOV in runtime. That would be interesting. But the most difficult part would be for settings is to make it refresh the world. That would be difficult. Because once you change the settings, how would we visualize it? That would be difficult. Lava would be cool because we already have water. And if we do lava, first it will be easy to do lava because we already have water. And when lava and water combine, we'll get cobblestone. So a cobblestone generator would be cool. And finally, we will be able to fix the water mesh. The item mesh option is cool. Cool idea because for redstone, for those items that use the pixel art, we are just generating the 3D mesh, which doesn't look cool. Currently, on both votes on Twitch and YouTube, viewers have voted for a first-person hunt. Okay, we're going to end the poll, chat. We're ending the poll. It's obvious people are picking the first-person hunt. Okay, chat, we're ending in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we ended the poll. And chat voted for having a first-person hunt. We'll attempt to do the hunt, and if it's too difficult, we'll switch to a different feature, for example, the settings, after maybe another vote. But like every time, we'll first do 15 minutes just to see if the feature will be too difficult for us. Okay, we'll open Minecraft because every time once chat picks a feature, we open Minecraft just for reference. So let's open a random world and we can see what exactly chat voted for. So currently you can see in the right side here, down here, you can see this hunt here. This is what we're trying to implement, chat. This is what we're trying to implement, this right hand here, which is just a stretched out cube with the texture of the player hand. That's it. It's nothing complicated. The difficult part will be the animations. Because once you left click, the hand animates. And we don't have... The problem is, for the animations, is that we'll have to figure out the animations ourselves. We'll have to figure out animations ourselves because there isn't a file that describes the animation of the hand. There isn't a file like that. We'll have to figure it out. But that's a future problem. Let's not focus on future problems. Let's see what's the current problem. What's the next problem? Well, let's go back to the game. And currently in the game, we don't have a hand. Currently, we don't have a hand. So what's the first problem? The first problem is to actually render something on the bottom right and that thing to follow the mouse to wherever the mouse is looking at. That's the priority, chat. That's the priority, chat. I'll drink some water and we'll start this chat. Okay, chat. Let's start 15-minute timer. let's start the 15-minute timer. But I'll need here a second tab. Like this. Okay, chat. Let's do 15-minute timer. This timer will be just to see if the feature is too difficult or not for us. That's the idea of the timer, chat. Because we may need to switch to something else, to a much easier feature. We've already done this multiple times, chat. Multiple times. For example, when we attempted to do the animations, here the F5 animations, it was too difficult for us and we switched to the 360-degree main menu. So being able to stop working on a feature and switching to something else that's more better for us, easier for us, that's the right call. So that's why I start this 15-minute timer, just to check if it's too difficult for us to implement the hand. So what would be the most difficult part, chat? What would be the most difficult part for the hand? As we talked about it, the most difficult part would be the animations, but is there anything else that would be difficult? Yeah, the other difficult part would be having the hand rotate with the camera. That would be something else that's difficult. Rendering the hand would be easy. To render the hand, it would be easy. We just need to render a cube and we need to find the player texture. Is it difficult to find the player texture? Let's see, chat. Can we find it? Well, we have the player here and we have the texture here, so it's not difficult. We'll just save it and use it, probably. But we found another problem. If we can look at the texture in Aspirite, for example, can we look at the texture? Can we open it with a program, chat? Show in File Explorer, and let's open Aspirite. This is the texture, chat. So will we be able to use this texture? Is it difficult for us to use this texture? Well, we need just the hand, which is probably this part. Yeah, this should be the leg. This should be also a leg, I think, or maybe, yeah, this is the body. This should be the body. This is the head. This should be probably the left hand. This probably the right hand, something like that. We can even check it in Blockbench, chat. Yeah, this is the left arm. So we need the right arm. Where is the right? This is the right. And look at how it's highlighting here. So here, this is the right hand texture. This is what we need, chat. This is what we need for the right hand. And let me change the title of the stream that we're adding the right hand. Add right hand. So viewers know what we're doing. How are we going to use this texture? This is another potential problem. How are we going to use it? We would need, once we create the hand, or no, I have an idea, chat. I have an idea. It will be very easy, actually. We'll just use Blockbench. We'll just copy the hand. Here we'll create a new model, generic model. We'll call it right arm. We'll confirm, save it, and here we'll just copy the right arm. We'll just copy it and place it here. We will need the textures. Subasteroid. We need the textures here. How to import textures? Let's just drag and drop. Import texture. And let's just place it here like this. Okay, we have the hand here, just the hand. We just the right arm. Let's import it as it is right now in game, because Raylib has support for files from Blockbench. We can easily just export it and use it in Raylib. So we'll export it as glftw. We can use either binary or the text file. It doesn't matter. Let's do a text file. We'll figure it out if it's a problem or not. We will not be exporting animations. We'll just embed textures and that's it. And let's save it. Here we're in the resources folder. We'll go where? Let's save it here where the player is. We'll save it as just right arm. And that's it, chat. So let's import it in game. And we'll see what we're going to do from there on. Yeah, this is the game. Currently, we don't have a hand. Where should we import the hand? Let's pick a random position in the world. Let's pick a random position. What's this position? This is around 0, 0, and the Y is 102. So let's import it here, the hand. At these coordinates. Around here, this is positive Z, so we need to go back. And this is positive X, so we need to go here. So around here, okay. So Y is 101. This is where we'll place it. So chat, X0, Y 101, and Z is 0. I'm just posting in the chat to remember it. Okay, so let's load the right arm model. How are we going to load it? We'll go in the game layer, and here we'll have just the model right arm. We'll have the right arm here. And on attach, when the game layer, when the game starts, we'll load it. So here we'll do right arm equal load model, and this comes from Raylib. So I just need to give it the path towards the file, which should be in the resources folder, and then the name of the file, which is right arm gltf, like this. And when we're rendering the game every frame, we'll just render the hand as well, which should be on render function. Should be in the on render function. And where should we draw it? We'll draw it after the player. So here we'll do right arm draw. No, we need to do draw model. And here we need to give it right arm. This is the right arm model. We need to give it a position, which is 0, 101, 0. The coordinates, I paste it in chat. The scale will be 1, color tint will be white. And let's see if we have the right hand in game. If we have it in game, we'll see what the next step is. Okay, let's start the game. Okay, this is the hand, chat. This is the hand. This is the right hand. Nice. Okay. So what's next, chat? What's next? We're doing good progress. Okay. Most likely this will be not that difficult. So let's put a 1 hour timer. I'm removing the 15-minute timer. We'll do 1 hour. 1 hour timer. Let's implement the right hand. I think we can do it, chat. It will not be that difficult. So what's the next step, chat? The next step is the hand to follow the player. That will be the next step, chat. And most importantly, to follow the camera as well. Wherever the camera is looking, the camera to follow the looking direction. But one step at a time, chat. Let me think about it. How should we do it? Let's open Excalidraw, chat. Let's open Excalidraw. because I want to draw something. Scally draw here. Okay, chat. So let's say this is the player, and let's say this is the hand. No, no, no. Let's be here as a circle, and let's say this dot is where the player is. Or like, let's say just here. This is where the player is. This is where the player is. And the player looks at a certain direction. We can simplify the problem by looking at the x and z coordinate by ignoring making it in 2D. If we solve the problem in 2D, we'll easily solve it in 3D as well. So currently this is where the player is looking at. The player can look wherever he wants. And where should the hand be when we're looking, for example, in front of us? Well, let's say this is the hand. Let's say this is the hand. The hand should be here. So we can start from the player position. We can start from the player position and go forward using where we're looking at, the forward direction. But let's try it again. What if we're here and we're looking towards the left? Where should be the hand? The hand should be here. Okay, so this is what we will do. We'll start from the player position and we'll move it in the direction towards where we're looking at, chat. That's what we'll attempt to do. We'll use the direction we're looking at as an offset. That's what we're going to do, chat. And let's see what will happen. Animations is not a priority. Let's just try to make the hand follow where we're looking at. So how are we going to do it? Let's just focus on but we need to rotate it as well. It's not only the position, right? Let's focus just on the position. So here let's do a vector 3, hand position. And let's start from the player position. Let's start from the player position. And here we'll draw it, hand position, like this, chat. And let's test it out. You need to apply rotation with angle Y, sinus and cosinus for the hand model. That means nothing to me. Can't you make it follow the camera rotation, position, and then apply offset? Oh, but there is a problem, chat. There is a problem. The problem is that the hand here in the local coordinates has an offset. That's the problem, because if we do rotation, where will be the rotation coming from? What exactly will be rotated? Let's just test it and see, chat. Let's just test and see. Okay, here's the hand, chat. This is the hand. This is the hand. This is the hand. Okay, now it's following the player. We have 2 hands, chat. No, 3 hands. When we're in first person mode, I'm ignoring the whole player. Only in first person mode, I'm drawing and using just the hand. Because it's easier for me to handle it. When we start doing animations for the player, that's when we could probably just use the player model, maybe. But let's just focus on this hand. We'll keep it simple. Let's try to make it rotate with the camera. Let's make it rotate with the camera. And how are we going to do that? Let's, okay, here, let's add to the position player front. Player front. Okay, let's just add the player front. This is the direction we're looking at. Let's just try it out like that and see what happens. Well, it's always in front of us. It's always in front of us. But this is not what I'm looking for, chat. This is not what I'm looking for. People that are saying that it's bigger, we can easily scale it up or down later. Right now, we're not focusing on the scale of it. The scaling is not my problem right now. Oh, to center it in the middle. Okay, let's okay, so let's change it here in this block model, maybe. Should we center it? Let me think about it, chat. Because of the local rotation, can't you just rotate it with the player? What do you mean? What if, chat, we center it here when we export it? What if we center this arm? Here, position to be 0 on the X and 0 on the Z. And on the Y-axis, we could do... Is it actually centered? It's not fully centered. No, the pivot is... Or we could try something else, chat. We could try something else. Let me think about it. Okay, let's rotate it to... let's rotate it just like the camera, maybe. No, we're not doing clav. We're not switching. We've started working on this. We'll not switch. As a last case resort, we'll do a switch. If we're switching, when the slightest inconvenience comes, we'll go nowhere, chat. We're not switching. If it gets too difficult, that's when we switch. Let me think about it, chat. Let's focus on the rotations then. Let's just focus on the rotations. Yeah, let's try to do rotations, chat. How are we going to rotate it since we're giving access to rotations to Raylip? Raylip is handling the rotations. When we draw the model here, look at how here they have a... Oh, we can use this function. But this function has rotation only on one axis. It has rotation only on one axis. Yeah, I made the bow act like a hand, but that was in the Java clone. That was in the Java clone. And there I didn't use Raylip. There I did everything from scratch. And I had a different way of doing stuff. Here you can see that Raylip is drawing models a bit differently. We could... let me think about it, chat. Don't we have in Raylip, let me look at the cheat sheet. Raylip cheat sheet. Here, don't we have look at? No, here we don't, but what if we search here, look at? Or look at? Yeah, we have look at direction. We have... What do we have, chat? Yeah, matrix look at. We have... oh, RayMath. RayMath. Cheat sheet. Let's see what we have as options. Look at. Yeah, we have this function, chat. Matrix look at, where we give a position, target, and an up vector. We could do this. Or you are cheating. What do you mean, man? Grab the camera rotation, slap it on the Chat, it's not as easy as grabbing the camera rotation because camera doesn't have a rotation in Raylib. In Raylib, the camera has a position and a target. That's it. They calculate everything else from those two vectors. My player, instead, I've made the player keep track of the rotations. My player keeps track of the rotations. Here in the player, I have a yaw and pitch. And I even have a quaternion of our current orientation. I even have vectors of our current front, right, and up directions. We have plenty of data to use for the hand rotation. I just need to figure out how to use it for the hand. Why can't you use the player yaw plus pitch? That's what I wanted to use. That's what I wanted to use, but we need to use this information here. We need to copy paste this Raylib code and do it ourselves if we want custom rotation. Because the Raylib function for drawing a model only allows one rotation axis and a rotation angle. It doesn't allow us to rotate on the both on the pitch and the yaw. I would need to rotate on two axes at least. I could do it if I just copy this function and here change the matrix rotation. That's something I could do. Let me think about the chat. How should we do it? Yeah, this is the hand. Let me think about it. Yeah, okay, chat, okay. I have an idea. Let's make the hand stay in one place. Let's separate it from the player and just to focus on handling the rotations. When I did the Java Minecraft clone, that's how I made it simpler for myself. Let's have the hand be in one place. Let's not change the position. Let's focus only on the rotation. So here 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, like this. It will stay in one place. We'll focus just on the rotations. We'll focus just on the rotation. Okay, here is the hand. This is it. We'll focus like this, chat. We'll move the camera to the left and we want the hand to move to the left as well. If we're looking down, we want the hand to be like this as well, looking down. If we look upward, we want the hand rotating upward. And it's fine if it stays here. It's fine if it stays here. We're just focusing on the having the same rotations. After we do that, that's when we'll attach it with the player. That's my strategy. That's my strategy. So let's change the hand here. Let's change the hand to be way down. Be way down. We can even rotate it. Can even rotate it. So here let's do 90 degrees on X. And let's move it down. Move it down. Sure. And let's place it be right around here maybe. Where would be the center point? Chat. Is this the center? Yeah, this should be centered. Right around here, maybe. Okay, let's leave it like this, chat. If we do position 0, 0, what would it this is what it looks like with position 0, 0. Yeah, but now the pivot point is wrong. Okay, this thing we need to... no. Which one is the position, chat? Is this the position? Okay, 0, 0, 0. 0, 0 is where it was before. It was where it was before. Who has something to say? Camera has up vector. I use that on the function. Camera up vector, what would we use it for, chat? I don't care about the camera up vector. Like, I have enough data currently. Pivot point is at -1, 2, 2. Yeah, pivot point. I'm happy with where the pivot point is, because once we do rotations, look at how the rotations happen, chat. Here in edit mode, rotate. Look at this, chat. I want the pivot point to be there because it will rotate just like the hand, just like the player hand. I want the pivot point to be there, chat. Okay, let's leave it like this and let's export it. Let's export it and replace the previous right arm. And let's see the difference. Okay, and there is the hand, chat. This is the hand. This is the hand. Okay, so now let's make it rotate. So when we move to the right, I want the hand to rotate to the right. When we move to the left, the hand to move to the left. That's it. Okay, let's focus just on one axis. Let's just focus to the left and right rotations. Let's focus just on that. And then we'll do to the up and down. Then we'll do to the up and down as well. Okay, let's focus to the left and right. Let's focus on the left and right, and we'll use this draw model EX. The right arm position will be the same. Position will be the same. We want a rotation axis. We want a rotation axis. How to pick a rotation axis? We have the Y. Yeah, the Y-axis. We want the Y-axis because we'll rotate around it like this, chat. Let's use the Y-axis. My camera FOV is 90, I think. It should be 90. Okay, let's pick the Y-axis as an axis to rotate on. And for rotation angle, we need a rotation angle. We'll just use player, yaw. Is it yaw or pitch? It's the yaw. It's the yaw. Look at this. We want from to the left and right. So it's the yaw, player yaw, and scale will be just 1. We're not scaling it yet. And that should be it, chat. Okay, let's see if it rotates to the left and right, just like the camera. Kind of. It's inverted. It's inverted, chat. It's inverted. So let's multiply it by minus and see what's the difference. We need an offset of 90 degrees, I think. We need an offset. So plus 90 to offset it. Minus 90. Okay, chat. We did it. The hand rotates with the camera to the left and right. Nice. Now we want it to up and down as well, chat. We want it rotating to the up and down. And then to combine them. Okay, let's rotate it to the up and down. Let's copy paste this code. Here we'll use the pitch. For the rotation axis, we'll do which one should we pick? The X or the Z? I think it's the X axis. Because look at this, we want this rotation. This is on the X axis. Okay, let's pick the X axis. So it should be 1 here and 0 here, like this. Let's test it out. It's inverted. It's inverted. Yeah, it's inverted. Okay, nice. We have up and down as well. That's it, chat. We now need to combine them. This is for the up and down. But if I move to the left and right, we don't have the rotation. As I told you guys, the function that we're currently using just allows rotation on one axis. It doesn't allow rotation on two axes. What do you mean a vector 2? Okay, we can rotate the hand up and down. We can rotate it left and right, but just individually. How should we do it? On two axes. Do we have another draw model function? No, these are the only two functions, chat. These are the only two functions. We can make a custom function of this one. Bro, we're not doing a PNG overlay. Yeah, we can make a custom function that where we will just change this part, the matrix rotation. We'll just change this part, chat. So where should we write that function, chat? Yo, what's up, Detective Jones? Where should we write this function? should we write it in Raylib or in my project? That's what I'm wondering. Let's do it in my project. Let's do it in my project. Let's just copy this code. All of it. Let's just copy it. I don't want to do it in Raylib because I've copied it as a sub-module, and the change will not be saved in my GitHub. And so if I go back to this previous point, I will not have the custom function if I make changes in the future. So I'll put it in my project just so I can have it saved. Here I'll just do it temporarily in the game layer. I'll probably move it later. Why not copy paste just flip? What do you mean? What do you mean? Here we'll do, let's go in the game layer. Here, below this, here. This should be game layer, like this. Like this. Okay. But we need to make changes, chat. How should we do it? How should we do it? Here to accept a vector 2. Yeah, here to accept 2 angles, maybe. Let me think about it. Here, let's do a vector 2. Rotation angles, like this. And it will be just on the X and Y rotations. X and Y rotations. Oh yeah, we can do vector 3. Yeah, we can do vector 3. Vector 3. Angles. Yeah, that should be much cleaner. That would be much cleaner. And how we need now to change this part that it was before in the game. We need to change this part. Before they had this rotation axis and rotation angle. How would we do it instead? How would we do it instead? Can we just do this multiple times, or maybe to use matrix rotation equals matrix rotate on the X, Y, and Z? X, Y, and Z rotation matrix. And here the angles, like this. Done. But what does it expect, chat? It needs to be provided in radians. Needs to be provided in radians. So yeah, let's convert them to radians, chat. So angles equals vector 3 scale the angles with degree to radian. Degree to radian, like this. And then we do the rotation. Okay, let's test it out. Let's test it out. Where was the code? Right arm. Here. Right arm. So here we'll do draw model. But we need to change the name, chat. We need to change the name to draw model custom. That's a dumb name, but doesn't matter. Draw model custom. Draw model custom. And here we'll do draw model custom. So we're using the right arm model. We're doing the same position as before. For angles, we're doing what's the order of the angles, chat? We're doing X, Y, Z, maybe? Let's look at in the cheat sheet. Matrix, rotate, here. X, Y, and Z. Angle, X, Y, Z rotation, okay. So for the X, Y, and Z rotation, what should be the yaw? What should be the yaw? Okay, pitch. We're doing player pitch on the X-axis, and we're doing minus player yaw minus 90 on the Y and 0 on the Z. For scale, we do 1, 1, 1. And for tint, we do white. Okay, let's see if we have both rotations. Most likely, we will not have both rotations. Most likely. But let's see. It rotates up and down, but a bit weird. It does it a bit weird, chat. Look at how here going down rotates it on the Z axis. It rotates it on the Z. Yeah, but we have 0 for Z, chat. We have 0 for Z. We shouldn't be rotating on the Z. Left and right is perfect, but up and down, yeah, here, look at this, chat. Up and down here is perfect. And here up and down, here up and down is inverted a bit. Yeah, we can do it. Yeah, let's move it to the Z then. What do you mean the pitch to the Z? The pitch is left and right. Let's move the yaw to the Z. Move the yaw to the Z. No, the Z rotation is the wrong one, chat. It's the wrong one. We don't want the Z rotation. So we're giving it the right arguments. We're giving the right arguments. But the problem is the matrix rotate X, Y, and Z. It's not perfect. To do three separate rotations. Oh, let me see. What do they do with the Z, chat? Here, the Z. They give it for cosine and sine. What's 0 of cosine and sine? Cosine of 0. Sine of 0. Yeah, look at this, chat. Cosine of 0 is 1. So here, this value is 1. Chat. Okay, we can try to do two separate rotations. Okay, we can try to do that, chat. Okay, let's do two separate rotations, chat. How would we do? Let me think about it. Here, we'll draw model EX like this, and we'll just copy what they do here, like this. We'll copy what they do here. So here for rotation axis, let's first do the X-axis. And here we'll do angle X. We'll do angle X, and this is rotation X. And then we do rotation Y. Rotation Y. rotation Y. And what now, chat? Now we need to multiply the matrices. Let's multiply them. Matrix multiply. We multiply matrix rotation X and matrix rotation Y like this. And let's use it. Let's use it. Oh, no. We're doing 2 times degree to radian. We did it once, chat. We don't need to do it 2 times. We did it already here when we scaled the vector. Okay, let's see if we have the rotations. Nice. Looks all right. I'm happy with the result. Chat. Pretty good. It's pretty good, chat. Okay, what now? Okay, now let's have it be the position of the player. Or of the camera, maybe. Let's have it be the position of the... Maybe the camera. Yeah, maybe the camera, chat. Okay, for hand position. Hand position, let's have it be the... Get player camera position. Let's have it be the camera position, chat. And let's see the result. Wait, oh, we're not using it. We're not using it. Here. Hand position. Now we're using it. Yeah. Now we should be using it. I'm not seeing it. Where is the hand? Where is the hand? We're doing the camera position. Let's move it. Plus player front. Let's move it with the player front. Okay, this is the hand. This is the hand. And it's perfectly rotating. We need to offset it a bit from here. We need to offset it, but by how much? How much should we offset it? What do you mean third person? I want to place the hand half player body. We can do... No, let's start from the player position. Let's start from the player position, maybe. Let's start from the player position. I'm not sure. Let's move it. The player front. What if we multiply it by 0.5f just to bring it back, and plus player right multiplied by 0.5f. We need to move it to the right. Yeah, now it's to the right, and a bit further back. We need to move it down as well. Should be rendered with a different camera. So things like FOV won't affect it. Yeah, you're right that it needs to be separate camera. You're right. Yeah, because in my Java clone, no, when I made a Unity Minecraft clone, I realized that changing the FOV affected what we're holding. Yeah, a separate camera would be best. But for separate camera, that would be an issue if you change the FOV. It's fine as of now. It's not a priority. We could do it, but not right now. Right now, I want to position the hand. Or wait a minute, chat. Yeah, you may be right. If we do another camera, and how would we position the hand then? Would we care of the player position? No, right? Yeah, because if we're using a separate camera, we don't care of the player position. We just need to... I'm not sure, chat. Can you use Godot with C++ so you can get a lot of freedom working with 3D models? Isn't C++ in Godot used mostly to modify Godot? I think most people just use GDScript and C#, and even C# is annoying because you have to compile the code, and it's... I don't think it will be the right approach. I've thought about that. I don't think it's the right approach. Here, the way I've solved it in my Java clone is to use IMGUI. You only apply a little view bobbing and stuff to it, simplify to... let me think about it. Because here, look, this is the situation, chat. We're adding the right hand. And look at this, chat. We've positioned it to be here. We need to play around with the values of where exactly it should be. And it's slow to constantly close and open the game. If I use IMGUI, which is a library to render UI, I could have here as a UI values that I change and it's automatically using them. And we just copy paste the end result instead of having to... If I go in third person, the camera will follow me there as well. The hand will follow me there as well because I'm using the camera position. I'm not using the player position, chat. Third person is not a help. And we need to rotate it also. We need offsets in the rotations as well. Let's do IMGUI, chat. Let's do IMGUI. We already have it. I just need to enable it. Make it on really with arrows to change and print position rotation or use IMGUI. What do you mean? Make it on relic, use arrows to change. Oh, I've done that in the Java clone. I much more prefer IMGUI. It's more practical and useful. Let's enable it, chat. Let's enable it. So here in application, I just commented out these two lines. I commented out these two lines. And I would need IMGUI. Let me think about it, chat. Because now if I open it, it will crash probably. Yeah, it crashes. Crashes. Because I'm missing. Because the first layer that starts is the main menu. That's why it crashes. If it was the game layer, it would not crash. I'm missing some kind of initialization. We can look at the library, raylib, imgui, GitHub. Now, what code we are missing? Where did they have it? TPP. Was it here? They should have an example. Is it this header file? No, it's not this. Resource extra examples. Yeah, examples. Simple. Yeah, RL IMGY setup. We need this. Setup. Where do I call it? Like this. Oh, in the UI layer. Okay, it's in the UI layer. Let's copy it and move it in the main menu. Main menu on attach, we'll have it be here. Like this, let's test it. Okay, it's working. Let's test it with the structure block, because the structure block used IMGUI. Test it with the structure block. Okay, we have IMGUI chat. Yeah, and here look at how dynamically you can change values and they are used in game. In here, I think we could load which structure. If we go in structures, first underscore house. First underscore house. Load. Yeah, this is the first house. Yeah, we have. Yeah, this was just to test This was just to test the IMGUI. Yeah, but this is with the structure block. Yeah, we have structures. This is our first house. But we have IMGUI. We'll use this IMGUI to move the hand in the proper place and location. Actually, chat. Actually, if I remember correctly, if we go, I think actually Minecraft has the values for this. If we go in models, here, block, let's search this in the, I think Minecraft had the values for the position and rotations, I think. Block. I think they had them here. Block, yeah, this thing, chat. Yeah, first person left hand, first person right hand. Rotation 45. Scale, oh, this is for the blocks. This is for the blocks. No, this is for the blocks. Hand. Arm. Right arm. No. We'll have to figure it out using the IMGUI. Okay, let's use IMGUI here. We'll have the position for the hand and we'll have the rotation for the hand. We'll change them from IMGUI. And when we have the proper positioning to look like just like Minecraft, like this, when we have the hand like this, we'll save it and we'll not have to use IMGUI. Okay, but let's actually connect both of them. Let's connect both of them. So for the game layer here, we'll have here we'll have an array of float values. Right arm position, 3 values, and we'll have right arm rotation, 3 values. 3 values. Can we initialize them here to be zeros? And here to be 0 as well. Okay, nice. And here in game layer, let me think about it. Yeah, when we do the right hand, right arm here, for the position, we'll multiply here by right arm. This is the front. Let me think about it. We'll do here, here multiply by right arm position. We have 3 values. I need to think if it's 0, 1, or 2. For the to the left and right, this should be X, so this is 0. The front is forward and backward, this should be Z, so let's pick 2. Position. And let's do the same thing for up and down. Same thing for up and down, which should be here up. And this should be 1. So the y-axis. This should be for the positioning. And what now, chat? Okay, now we want IMGUI to be changing these values. So when we are drawing, here when we draw, on render, where should we draw? Where should we draw, chat? We can do after 3D mode. Here we can do Raylib functionality, but let's see. I forgot the syntax for IMGY. Let's see what I did for the block generator. Where was it? The structure block. Yeah, structure block on draw. Here, this is what we want. This is what we want, chat. We'll begin here. We want input. We want a drag float, maybe. We want drag float. Let's go back in the game layer here. Let's draw drag float. And here hand position. And here we'll do right arm position. Right arm position. What values does it expect? V speed, V min, V max. In format. So what's this? This is the speed. So how much we change it by? Let's put 0.1 or 0.1. This is the minimum. Minimum, let's do 0 and maximum to be 1. Let's just do that and see what do we get. Okay, so this is for the front and back. This is the hand. This is for up and down. But I've limited to be only 0. I want it to be negative as well, so that I can move it down a bit. I want this to be negative. Okay, but this is the strategy, chat. Let's have it be negative value as well. So we can do -5 and maximum 5. But let's do rotations as well. Let's do rotations. So here we'll do plus right arm rotation. This should be 0. Here we do, this should be 1 and this should be 2, like this. So here we drag a float rotation. This is for the rotation and it will go by 0.5 degree rotation maybe. And minimum and maximum -90 and +90. Or like -180 +180. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's see what do we got, chat. Let's see what do we get. Okay, let's position it, chat. Okay, this is the hand forward. We'll move it down. We need the scaling to change the scaling as well, chat. This is the rotations. This is the rotations. We want it to be like this, so it needs to be way down. We need to scale it down, chat. We need to scale it down. So let's have a right arm scale. By default is only 1. By default it's 1. And let's use it. Let's use it when we draw the hand. Here we'll have I'm GUI drag float. This is hand scale. This is right arm scale. The speed, how much we change it by 0.01 f. The minimum, let's do 0 minimum. Maximum, let's do 1. Format, we don't need a format. And here maybe it wants a reference. Wants a reference, and we need to use it here. Need to use it here, right arm scale. We need to use it here. Okay, we have all of the different values we would want to change for the hand. We'll play around with them in IMGUI. This is perfect because we will not, it will speed up the testing here because we don't need to restart constantly between the code and the game just to test examples. Here we can do it really quickly. Here we can scale down and up. Look at how small it becomes. And if we leave it like this, it will continue to stay like that, chat. So continue to stay like that. So we just need to position it properly. I need reference. Let's just copy how Minecraft does it. Let's make a screenshot. Yeah, it stays like that. Now look at how it has a bit of delay when we move it. I have to figure out how Minecraft does it. But let's screenshot it as it is. And I'll open it in Excalibur and paste it here, just so I can look at it in the second monitor. And let's position it to be just like in how it is in Minecraft. So I need to move it down. Let me see chat as well. Okay, we need to move it down. We need to move it down and backward. We need to move it to the right. We need to scale it up a bit. We need to rotate it. Maybe to move it more down. We need to rotate it on the Z axis, but I didn't add the Z axis rotation, sadly. I was just focusing on the X, Y, and Z. Okay, let's add a feature to quickly save the values, maybe. Yeah, to click a button and to automatically save them. Right now, it should not be rotating when we move up and down. That's a bit of an issue. Yeah, when we move up and down, it should not rotate. Why? Oh, is it because here of this? Let's put it 0. No, let's put this 0. Yeah, now it's fine. Yeah, when we make changes here on the X, Y rotation. Yeah, when we make Y rotation changes, it has problems for some reason. This is negative 43. Let's do positive 43. Yeah, it's not the problem of the sign. Yeah, only if it's 0. What if it's really close to 0? What if it's 0.1? Is it the same? 0.1 is okay. You should render the hand completely separate and composite it on top of the world render so it doesn't clip into blocks, and you also don't have this rotation issue. To not clip in blocks. How is it in Minecraft? Yeah, in Minecraft it doesn't clip in blocks. You're right. In order to do it, to separate it, I will need another camera. I will need another camera in order to separate it. Let me think about it, chat. Are the position rotation scale for Minecraft hands public? No idea, but we can just have it be how it is like here. Chat, for the clipping of the hand, that can be easily solved without using a separate camera. We could have it be to ignore the depth buffer. Like in my Java clone, I managed to do it with a single camera. But it's good to have two cameras because of when player changes the FOV, you need two cameras. So here in game, if you change the FOV, where is Minecraft? Here. If you change the FOV to like, look at how the hand stays the same. Look at how the hand stays the same on the bottom right. That's because they use separate cameras. They use separate cameras for both. But in my game, if I change the FOV, it will change the hand as well. That's a big issue. That's a big issue. Should I do it? Should I have a separate camera? We can attempt a second camera. We can attempt to have a separate camera. We can attempt to do that. Let's do... Here the clipping, this is not an issue. We can easily fix it by ignoring the depth buffer. And it will not clip. It will not clip if we ignore the depth buffer. It was something like that. One option, and you will always have the hand on top of everything. If we do a second camera, how would that be? How would that look like if we have a second camera? We can create one. We can create one. Let's temporarily create one. You make the hand change position according to the FOV. No. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We will not have a problem with FOV if we have two cameras. But if we have two cameras, do we need to change the position of the second camera? And another thing, how would we draw with two cameras? How would that happen? Drawing with two cameras should be easy. Here, if we go in, where is it? On render. Here, look at when we do begin. When we do begin mode 3D. Here we give it a camera. So, and we have end mode 3D. So here we will just do begin mode 3D, and here we'll give it the second camera. And here we do end mode 3D. And here draw hand. And here we'll draw the hand. That's it, chat. If we decide to do a second camera. We don't even need to change the position of the hand probably that much. Okay, let's do it like that, chat. Let's copy what we do for the first camera. Player camera. We'll copy this. How should we call the second camera? How should we call it? Here we can do camera. Let's do hand camera. UI camera. Let's do UI camera. UI camera, and let's do on attach. We'll initialize it here. UI camera. UI camera for target. What should we do for target? The same as the my camera, the game camera target. So to be everything to be the same as the game camera except for the FOV. Except for the FOV. The position will stay the same probably. Okay, chat. So when we do player camera, where do we update the player camera? Get player camera target here. And when we're in first person, we'll change the UI camera target to be equal to player front, like this, chat. Render the camera with its own camera and dynamically offset it based on nearby obstacles. Give the first person hand a simple collision shape. To geometry push it back instead of letting it pass through. What do you mean? Okay, UI camera. Chat, I'm first doing it very simple. We don't need to overcomplicate it because we have a time limit. We have a time limit. How much are we on time? And the time limit is even over, chat. Like, we don't have time, chat. I don't want to push this feature too much. Right now it's an hour and almost 2 hours have passed. I don't want to overly complicate the feature, chat. I want to overly complicate it. Let's speedrun this, chat. UI camera, we change only the target to be the player front. That's it. That's it. So let's do begin mode 3D. Here we'll do UI camera. And let's draw right hand. Yeah, all of this, let's move it to the UI camera. Here, let's move it here. For position, we don't need the camera position. We don't need it. Okay, let's test it, chat. Let's test it. And see if we have problems. Okay, let's see what's up. Yo, this is the hand. We're drawing it with the second camera. So currently, look at this chat. It's not going... Why is it going through still? That's weird. We're drawing it with the second camera, right? I'm confused. You could raycast from the camera. We're drawing it with a different camera, chat. Still using the same dev buffer. Then how to disable dev buffer, chat? How to disable it? Let's find it. Where is it? Here. Here is where we draw. Here. Depth. Disable depth mask. Or depth test. Which one? Depth mask. And here, enable depth mask. This should draw it to the front of everything. But that will work with just one camera as well, chat. It's not special for two cameras. Let's bring it down. And no, it's still the same. Thank you for the value. Oh, scaling is 0.68. Yo, 0.68. Yo, thank you, man. It's really helpful. And minus 23. Minus 23. But I don't have Z-axis rotation. Yo, thank you, man. That's really helpful. Brother. We need to fix this, chat, because if we don't fix it, I'll have to scrap the feature and next stream we will not have a hand. Let's try to... We're too far into the feature to scrap it, chat. Let's try to salvage it. For the clipping, should be the depth. What was it? Yeah, depth mask. I think we needed something else to disable. What was it? Is it the depth? No, depth test would mess up the... It's not depth test. Or maybe to reset the depth. Can we reset the depth? Clear. Can we clear? Clear depth. How to clear the depth buffer? Buffer. I don't have an option for that. Relip depth buffer. Depth rendering. Yeah, look at this, chat. This is the depth buffer. Basically, for every pixel, it stores how how far off from the camera it is. The darker it is, the closer it is. The further away it is, the closer to white it is. And also, you have a lot more detail, a lot more values closer to you. And when it's far away from you, there is not much precision. That's the depth buffer. That's the depth buffer. And I want to ignore it, chat, when rendering the hand. Actually, this is not a priority. This is not a priority, depth. It's not a priority. The priority is having the hand in the right position. That's a priority. This is just a distraction. Perspective, not depth. As a 2D. Oh, to draw it as a 2D camera. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that idea. Yeah, here we're using the UI camera, right? We're using the UI camera. Let's ignore this and let's just focus on the rotation, chat. Let's just focus on the rotations. So here, I wanted here, when we draw it, to fix the rotations. If it allows me to open the code. Here, we want to handle rotation on the z-axis as well, because we didn't have that. Rotation on z-axis. And we need to multiply it. What should be the order, chat? Here, what if we switch the rotations here? First y and then x. What will happen? Because the rotations were not perfect. I want to test it out temporarily. Like this. No. They were fine before. They were fine. Let's keep the order how it was. Yeah, first is the x and then the y. So, but now we need to multiply with the z. With the z. So how should we do it? Yeah, here. Matrix multiply. Matrix rotation y. And then matrix rotation z. Like this. Okay, now we should have z rotation. Camera is 2D, depth is soft. Still looks like a hand. To use a 2D camera, I'm not sure about that, chat. Maybe we could test it out. Maybe we could test it out. But right now I want to see this. Chat. Here this was 068. Like this. Chat. Okay, now we have Z rotation. But Z rotation is on the wrong axis, I think. Have you tried rendering the view model after the world instead of with the world? What do you mean? Is the hand using world space transforms? That could be why it clips into... No, don't worry about the clipping, man. Don't worry about the clipping. Could the buffer be causing the clipping rather than the hand scale? I wanted to reset the depth buffer, but I don't want to bother searching for the depth buffer. Clear. Brother. Let's remove the Z rotation. Let me think about it. How should we do this, chat? If I have the hand be like this, this, and I needed to rotate it. I need to rotate it. like this. Like this. But the problem is when I move up and down, the rotations are wrong. For the positions you gave me, they will not work in my case. They will not work in my case, but thank you for giving them. Just always render the hand camera at 0, 0. I'm always rendering the hand camera at 0, 0. I'm not changing the position. Looking around doesn't rotate the hand. No, the UI camera, the hand camera stays at 0, 0. I'm changing its rotation of the camera. I'm changing the rotation of the camera. Is that an issue? Probably not. No, it's the code of the rotation of the hand is the problem, I'm sure of it. The code of the rotation of the hand is the issue. But we're very close, chat. We're very close to have a simple hand. We're very close. Don't set the hand rotation directly to the camera. Store the previous camera rotation. Compare with the current one, then smoothly interpolate. Learn the... Yeah, thank you for that suggestion, but I don't need it right now. This is for... Yeah, this is for a bit in the future, not right now. But I'll save the suggestion here. You're talking about this, how the hand interpolates. It moves a bit slower. It has a little bit of delay. But we don't want that right now. Currently we are struggling with the rotations. Left and right is okay, but up and down, look at how it changes. This is an issue. Maybe it's because of the hand origin. Maybe it's because of the hand origin. What I mean is that hand render is just always pasted on top, so the hand in its camera can use a static position and rotation, doesn't need all the player rotation at all. Now, wait a minute. But how would I do the animation then, chat? If we are saying we're just slapping it here. No, chat, it's an actual 3D mesh. It's an actual 3D mesh, and I can prove it. I can prove it, chat. Probably I can prove it. Let me search shader pack, this, apply. Look at this, chat. This shows the wireframe. Look at the hand, chat. Look at the hand. 3D. It's 3D. It's 3D. It has wireframe, chat. This is 3D. We're not creating a 2D image and slapping it here like this. It's 3D. It's 3D. Why not just place the hand with the other camera? I'm using the other camera. In the needed position, rotation, then just draw the other camera. Then you will not need to calculate for rotation. Only one is applied. Chat, we are not just statically putting it here. I will need the animations. Look at this, chat. And here, look at how it has a delay. Like, we need to use the camera details. Chat, this is... We don't need to... Yaw looks correct, but pitch seems to rotate around the wrong pivot. Maybe the rotation order is causing... No, it's not the rotation order. I tried the other way around, and it was even worse. It's not the rotation order. It's not the rotation order. I had this problem in my Java Minecraft clone, and the way I solved it, I used quaternions. That's how I solved it in my Minecraft Java clone. And it instantly solved it, instead of handling each separate rotation separately. Let's try to have all of the rotations to happen at the same time. Let's do that, chat. Quaternion. Quaternion. Rotate by quaternion. I need a matrix. Quaternion from matrix. Quaternion to matrix. Yeah, I want this, chat. This is what I want. This is what I want. Quaternion to matrix. This is what I want. So inside, let's change it, chat. Let's change it. Here, instead of angles, let's expect a quaternion. Let's expect a quaternion. Sure. Quaternion to matrix. Here the matrix rotation will be quaternion to matrix. Like this, chat. And here we'll do this. Yeah, here we do matrix rotation like this. So we need to give it the quaternion. Here, let's replace this like this, like this, and here, 1 second, guys. Draw model custom. So when we draw the rotations here, let's comment this out, copy paste this. Here for the rotations, we'll use the player orientation, which is the quaternion. And let's try that. And let's see what's up. Let's bring it forward. Yeah, maybe the issue is the origin we're using. A bit of a bummer. Maybe that's the issue. Left and right is perfect, chat. Up and down is the issue. Up and down. Let's create a quaternion ourselves. Let's create one. Quaternion. Equals quaternion. From what? How can we create one, chat? Quaternion adds two quaternions. Add value, adds a float value, subtract, identity, length, normalize, scale, divide, lerp. From vector tree to vector tree. Calculate quaternion based on the rotation from one vector to another. We don't want that. From matrix, from a given rotation matrix. We don't want that. From axis angle. Get rotation quaternion for an angle and axis. Note, angle must be provided in radians. If you remove all the player rotation stuff from the hand rendering, just read the hand offset as world space coordinates and always point to the camera. Yeah, but to point to the camera, we need the camera rotations. How else would you point to the camera? Cut. Looks like the hand is rotating around the camera origin. Oh, it's rotating around the camera origin instead of its own pivot. Try applying the camera quaternion. Bro, chat, how are you guys so smart, man? How did... Bro, I feel so dumb when reading chat. Try applying the camera quaternion first. Then apply the hand's local rotation offset, so the pitch rotates around. Shoulder, not the world origin. To apply the camera quaternion first. 1 second. Draw model. Chat, we're just creating a transform matrix. Oh, there's a model transform. Interesting. Oh, the model has its own local transform matrix. I didn't know that. Interesting. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, why don't we do... Okay, chat, I have an idea. Wait. Wait. I have an idea. Here, let's create the rotation matrix here. We'll use the player orientation. And here we'll do right arm transform equal matrix rotation, like that. And then we'll do a regular draw model, just a regular one. Here we do the right arm. Position is hand position. Scale is the right arm scale. And tint is white. Let's try this. Okay, let's see what happens when we change the model transform. That would be interesting, chat. Let's see. Okay, let's see. It's the same result as before, but chat, this is a big improvement. It's the same result as before. The difference is we can use the raylib simple draw model function. And we just need to change this model transform matrix. This makes it a lot easier. We don't need a custom draw model function. This makes it a lot easier, but we still have the same issue like before with the rotations. Chat. What should we do? I mean, we're running out of time. I really want to finish this function, this feature. Let's bring it back how it was before. How it was before here. This part. Let's bring back this part, I think. Here. Like this. And we need vector 3 angles equals. What was the angles? It was this, like this. And we do angles equals vector 3 scale. Angles degree to radian, like this. And here it's matrix multiply. We do matrix rotation X, matrix multiply. We do matrix rotation Y, and finally matrix rotation Z. Maybe should be it. Now it should be like before. Okay. Let's bring it forward. Yeah, okay. This is what I wanted. Like this works perfectly, exactly how I wanted it to be. The only issue is when I change the rotation a bit from the usual. If I change the rotation, now it's wrong. That's the only issue, chat. It looks like the hand's local forward right axis aren't aligned with the camera. The pitch should rotate around the camera's local right vector, not the hand's current axis. Okay, we can change it in here in Blender, in Blockbench. Currently here, this is the north. This is the north, and I could here do. I could do here minus 90. Could do minus 90. Maybe. Or to do 90 here. Let me think about it. How should it be here in locally in Blockbench? Is what I'm wondering. Where is 0, 0? Let's create an element, a cube. Let's create a cube. And let's make it of size 1 by 1 by 1. And let's have it be position 0, 0, 0, like this. Okay, this is 0, 0. This is it. So let's place the pivot be 0, 0. I don't know how else to explain, but the hand is always stuck on the view, so it's easiest to just render it. It doesn't need to use player rotation at all. To not use player rotation at all, let me open it back again. But how would you do animations then? This animation. How would you do this animation? Yeah, maybe you're right. Wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. Why am I? Wait a minute. Hmm. Yeah, we're using a second camera. And if I leave the camera to not rotate, yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, wait, I think you're a genius, man. Wait. No, guy. No, chat, I'm being confused is an indication you're learning. You cannot learn without being confused. If you're not confused, you're not learning, chat. So it's completely fine. Okay, let's not use the player rotations. Let's not use them, chat. Let's ignore them. Let's ignore them like this. Let's ignore them. And here, let's do UI camera. UI camera, we will leave the target be the same. Here we'll have a target be... The target will be where? Towards the positive z-axis will be the target. Einstein and Edison. Where is the hand? Okay, we need to look at the opposite direction. Need to look at the opposite direction. Wait a minute, chat. Target, let's do minus z. Let's do minus z. Let's do minus z. Like this. Like this. Okay, chat. This is if I ignore the player rotations. This is if I ignore the player rotations. And we are drawing it with the second camera. And why is it changing? We're just using the second camera. What I expected to see is the hand to stay the same, because we're drawing with a different camera. The second camera, the position stays the same, the target stays the same, and the hand stays the same. It should just draw here on top of everything. Let's see. Let me do an inspection here. About the position. Yeah, position is fine. We use, oh yeah, for the position. Yeah, we are changing the position. Let's ignore this position. Let's ignore these ones. Yeah, let's ignore them. What's this? Here we'll do it like this. We'll do it like this. We'll do it like this. And let's test it out. It was maybe because we were using was it here? Like this. And here let's do 0, 1, and 2. 0, 1, and 2. It was because I was using the player forward. I was changing the position, chat. I was changing the position. Okay, here let's bring it like this. I think this should work, chat. Bro, who said it, man? Who said it? Bro, who said it, man? Who said it, man? I think it was you, Nameless. To the view, so it's easy to choose the render fixed coordinates rotation. Don't need to. Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. I'll save you in the W board. W Nameless, man. Thank you. You saved us. Maybe other people suggested that as well, and I have missed it. Maybe others have suggested it as well. But now we can finally position the hand however we want. We don't need complicated rotations. We just use a second camera. We just use a second camera. Thank you, man. Now we can position it however we want. Bro, we have a hand. Bro. But it's not animated. But bro, this is so much easier using a second camera, man. It's so much easier, bro. So much easier when using a second camera. It's so much easier, man. We don't need complicated rotations, complicated quaternions. It's so easy, man. Nice, nice. So what happened? What happened just now? Chat voted for us to add the right arm because we didn't have a right arm, and I managed to render it in game, but I was struggling trying to make it like this to follow the camera. And chat had the idea to use a second camera. I created a second camera which doesn't change position, doesn't change rotation, camera stays the same, and in that place, the hand always stays the same. And no matter how much we rotate, we just overlay on top of it what the second camera sees. And done. It's that simple, man. It's that simple. I cannot believe it, man. I tried to overly complicate it, but it's that simple, man. And here with IMG UI, this is just a library for immediate UI. Here I can change the values and change dynamically the hand position and scale so that we can place it however we want. Because instead I would have to close the game, change the values manually, then go back in the game, etc. So this UI library helps me to quickly set up the hand in this position. And so we have a hand. It's good enough. It's good enough. An improvement would be here, like chat suggested. An improvement would be, look at how the hand has a delay. This would be a big improvement. To have a delay for the hand. This would be a big improvement. How would we do something like this, chat? How would we do something like this? We could add a delay to the second camera. Like, we are not changing the position of the second camera, but we could... Like, what chat suggested was to keep track of the previous camera position and the second position and to interpolate between them. So something like that. Because look at how here is just static. It's a bit bland here. It's a bit boring here, the hand. It's still good enough. It's still cool that we have a hand. It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Should we attempt to add this effect, chat? Because this would be very cool if we have it. This effect. Is it possible to have it, chat? Is it possible to have it? I could save these values here, just so we have them every time. I could save these values and manually type them in. Like this. Manually type them in. Okay, because right now, if we restart the game, we will not have the position saved. So we need to change the default values here. So the position is 0370. Here it's -49. This is -0330. For the rotation, it's 21. -33. -10. And for the scale is 068. That's it. Okay, now the hand should look properly, and let's remove IMG UI as well. We don't need it. Where is it? Here. Yeah, this part here. We don't need this. We don't need this. Okay, let's test it. Do you somehow calculate acceleration and offset the arm and make it go back to the original position? Okay, now we have the hand always. We always have the hand. No matter what, we have the hand. This is good because even if we don't manage to add something else, we can keep it like this. We don't need to scrap it. We don't need to scrap it. We'll leave the hand like this, even if we don't manage to implement this feature. Even if we don't manage to implement this, it's good enough. What happens when the player is walking? Is there view bobbing? Yeah, there's view bobbing. There's view bobbing. Should we add view bobbing or to focus on this rotation? Yeah, I think this rotation maybe is. We need both. We need both. The view bobbing, maybe we can just do a regular sine and cosine because we already did something like this in the Java Minecraft clone. Yeah, we can do view bobbing. Yeah, let's do view bobbing. Let's do view bobbing, chat. We can do view bobbing. We can do view bobbing and then we'll have it be have a delay when looking around. Yeah, we can do that, chat. The animations will be for some other time. They're not, they're too difficult for me. The animations when breaking blocks and placing blocks. One thing at a time, chat. One thing at a time. But I could change the thumbnail. I could change the thumbnail. Let's update the thumbnail. So new viewers know what's up. Update the thumbnail. Okay, I updated the thumbnail. Nice. And where is chat? Where is chat? Here is chat. Okay, chat. So we added the hand. Right now it's static. And even if we go in F5 mode, we can still see the hand. That's a bit of a problem. We need to remove the hand. So it's not constantly, we're not constantly seeing it. What else? We also want this chat. We want the hand to view bob. We want it to view bob to the left and right. We did something like that in the Java clone. When we added the the source player movement. So here if we go to where the player code is, where is the player code? Yeah, here. When we did in the Java Minecraft clone, when we added the source like movement, there was view bobbing. Yeah, head bob. This thing, head bob effect. And it's just a simple cosine and sine. So an offset to the camera maybe. Offset to the camera. Yeah, maybe offset to the camera to do. To have this effect, chat. To have this effect. Because look at how ugly it is when it's static and it doesn't move at all. Minecraft also adds the view bobbing to the player camera. Yeah, we'll do it to the camera, but the second camera. We have two cameras, chat. The first one is to render the world. The second camera is for the hand. We've spent on this project a little bit more than 2 months. On 17th of July, it was 2 months. So we are closing in on 3 months. 17 on August, it will be 3 months since we started this C++ clone. Let's commit this, chat. Let's do a commit. Let's do a commit. Right hand. Done. Okay, let's add view bobbing. Let's add view bobbing. Where should we have the view bobbing, chat? Where should we have it? Let me think about it. In the update, maybe. In the update. So every frame, before we draw on update, every frame we'll do the head bop. And the head bop will be just an offset to the camera. We can do to the second camera, which I call the UI camera, position equals like this. And here we'll do a cosine. We'll do cosine. And here we'll do sine. And then 0 for the other position. And here maybe STD. Question mark. Does Relief have cosine and sine? Let me look up here. Cosine. No, they don't. CPP, cosine, and sine. What do I need to import? CMAF. I need CMAF. Let's include CMAF like this. STD. What's the issue? Invalid narrowing conversion from double to float. Oh, it needs a float. Yeah, it needs a float. Okay, so here we need values. We need values here. We need values here. Here, let's do float head bop time equals or plus equals. Yeah, we need a value to store the head bop time. Head bop time. It will start from 0 and every frame will increase it by get frame time. So the delta time multiplied. No, let's just use, let's make it different, chat. Let's just have it be, let's keep it simple. Where were we? Here, let's have this be get time, chat. Let's have it be get time. Let's have it be the current time. And we need, if we do just the current seconds that have passed since we started the game, if we do that, that's a problem because we'll have head bop even when we don't move. That's a bit of a problem, but it's fine. Let's just focus on adding head bop. We'll make it stop once the player stops as well. We'll do it like that, but let's focus on this. So here we'll do head bop time multiplied by how much? Let's leave it like this. And yeah, let's just keep it simple. Yeah, let's keep it like head bop time. Let's keep it simple. So we'll offset the camera with cosine and sine of the head of the current time that has passed. Let's keep it simple. And let's see what do we get. Let's see what do we get, and we'll make changes. We'll make changes afterwards. Here, what are we missing? What's this? Where were we? Here? Yeah, this thing. What's the issue here? Oh, yeah, semicolon. And let's see what do we get. Bro, what's this? This is not head bop, chat. This is not head bop. Bro. This is not head bop. Let me think about it, chat. Yeah, let's decrease the value we get. We're rotating it too much, chat. We're rotating it too much. Let's multiply the result by 0.06. A very small value. We can decrease it even more if we want. But it's too slow now. It's too slow. It looks a bit weird, man. Like the hand is floating. Let's increase the speed. Let's increase the speed by how much? Let's do 2 multiply by 2.4f. And here 2.4f. Let's increase the speed. No. Let's decrease it here. Let's make this be 0.7. No, let's have it be... Maybe leave this be not changed. Too slow? Is it? Yeah, it's too slow. It's too slow. Okay, let's multiply it by 10. Here by 10. Like this. And let's see what's up. Yo! But it's too fast, but... it's like we're running. It's like we're running, chat. What if I bunny hop? No. The view bobbing should be only when we're moving. Only when we're moving. Right now it constantly runs. Let's have the values be in relib so we can more easily change them. Let's have them be in IMGUI. So here let's have a float head bob frequency X. This to be 10. And the other one is 20. The other one is 20. 20. And float head bob amount equals 0.06. Like this. And let's change them in IMGUI. Here we need to use them. Head bob frequency X, frequency Y, and here head bob amount, like this. So let's search for drag float here. We need to have for the head bob. Here, this is the head bob frequency X. This is frequency Y. This is Y. And we need for the head bob amount. Head bob amount, like this. And what's the minimum and maximum? Minimum is 0, maximum 50. Maximum 50. And let's change them by 1. Like this. Here, this maximum 6, let's say. Okay, now we can more quickly experiment with it. With the values. We can more quickly experiment them, so we don't need to constantly restart. Okay. So let's experiment with the values. This is the head bob amount. Look at how much more it changes the amount. But if we lower it, look at how if the amount is a lot lower, it's a lot more subtle. And here we can change the frequency. What if this is 0? Oh, so the Y frequency is up and down. The Y frequency is up and down. 8 or 9 or 10. No, 9. Maybe 9 is too slow. How is it in Minecraft? Oh, it's a lot faster, I think. Here in Minecraft, it sways to the left and right a bit. My game is like the source engine. Wait, what if this is 0? Oh, this is wrong, chat. This is forward and backward. This frequency, we need to change it. 0, 4, 0. Yeah, we need to change it, chat. We need to change it. Here, this is 7, like this. Let's have this be 7 as well, but this needs to change. Here, we have it here. Let's move it here, like this. Let's move it beyond the Z. Move it beyond the Z just in case. Now it's rotating in a circle. Damn. Let's bring it back how it was. Let me increase the frequency. Yeah, what if we make it faster? How much faster? Like this? It looks a bit weird, but kinda okay. Kind of okay. When we move. Kind of. And I just noticed, I think we're looking at look at the texture of the hand. Why are we looking at this side? Here, look at how the hand is a different texture. We will need to rotate the hand afterwards. We're probably looking at the wrong part of the hand. Let me think about it, chat. We could have this offset be for the hand itself. Yeah, let's have this offset be for the hand, not for the camera. Maybe. Or to leave it like this, chat. I'm not sure. What should we do, chat? Should I have the head bob be for just for the hand or for the camera? Okay. Let's just experiment giving doing this effect to just the hand, just to see if it looks better. If it doesn't look better, we'll leave it like this and we'll make it stop when the player stops. That's what we're going to do. 7, 12.7. Okay. Here we need to save the previous values. 7 and 12.7. Like this. So let's have the offset be just on the hand, not the camera. So we will do right arm position 0. Let's have a right arm position offset. Position offset. Like this. We'll change the offset. Right arm position offset. And here we'll have this be this. Like that. And this will be this part of the head bob. Like this. So now we should be changing just the hand. We should be changing just the hand. And where should we use this? Right arm position here. We'll add it here. Right arm position offset. Like this. Now we should have the head bob just for the hand. Yo, I think it's better. Wait a minute. Let me do this be 0. Yes, now it's to the left and right. Before it wasn't like that, I think. Yeah, now it's better. Yeah, this is better, chat. Okay, now let's make it stop. Let's make it stop when the player stops. How should we do it? How should we make it stop? In my Java Minecraft clone, the way we did it is by multiplying with the velocity. Bobbing should keep playing after player stops, yeah. Fade the walk animation out based on velocity. Accumulating the walk timer while the player isn't moving. Yeah, we can multiply by the velocity. Here, we can do plus equals get frame time multiplied by player velocity. Like that. Length. We need the length, chat. vector 3 length, the length of the velocity. Wait, yeah, right? Let's test it. Okay, now it's not moving. Probably. Did you see what happened when we fell? No, let's lower the frequency. Yeah. Okay, once we lower the frequency, is much better. So 1.3 and 2.5. 1.3 and 2.5. 1.3 and 2.5. Like this, chat. Yeah, when we're flying, it's... When we fall down, it's way too fast. For some reason. And when we are like jumping around, when the velocity is a lot more, or maybe we need to ignore the y value. Maybe we need to ignore the y value. Maybe. Yeah, let's ignore the y value when calculating the length. Because when we jump, okay, let's ignore the y value because it... where was it, chat? Yeah, here. When we get the velocity, let's do vector 3 velocity equals player velocity and velocity y equals 0. And here we use the new velocity. And let's see how it is. Let's ignore the y value. Use only the player's horizontal movement speed. And ignore the vertical y velocity. Also clamp the bobbing speed so it has a maximum value. To clamp the bobbing speed. Oh, the bobbing speed is from the vector, the velocity length. So we could clamp that. We could clamp that. We just need to clamp it to the upper value, I think. Okay, let's try to clamp it here. Float velocity length equals vector 3 length velocity. We could do vector 2 length, actually. Vector 2 length, vector 2. Like this. And here we'll use player velocity x, player velocity z. And here we do velocity length equals minimum value between velocity length and let's say 10. I don't know what should be the maximum value. Like this. And here we do multiply by velocity length, like this. Let's set a smaller maximum of 5. 5, let's do 5. Maybe 8. Maybe 8. Maybe. Okay, let's lower it. Okay, let's do 6. Let's do 6. Let's remove the IMGUI. Let's remove the IMGUI. But let's bring back the rotation IMGUI because we need to rotate the hand. We need to rotate the hand. We need the position as well. In the position. Okay, because you can see at the top part, we are seeing pixels that we shouldn't be seeing. In Minecraft, it's a bit different. If you can notice the hand, it's a bit different. We need to rotate it. Yeah, this side. It should be this side. And we need to move it like this. And you shouldn't be able to see the sleeve. Is it like that? Let me open Excalibur. Where was the hand? Here. This is my reference. Oh, to make a screenshot and put it in OBS. That's a good idea, but it's fine like this. I don't have to make it perfect. Good enough. Yeah, like this. Chat? How is it? Okay, I'll leave it like this. I need to copy the new values. Need to copy the new values like this and replace them. Okay, let's replace the new values. Here, arm position. Like this. So this is 480. This is minus 580. This is minus 380. This is rotation. We have minus 21, minus 40, and here 73, 5. Okay, should be it. I think more than hand movement, I think the camera bubble already moves the perspective of the hand, so it looks like it's moving when the camera is bobbing. I need to remove the IMGUI. This thing. Okay, chat. Yeah, we have a hand, chat. That's cool. We have a hand. Yo. That's cool. The bobbing to reset position when I stop. We could. But maybe off stream or some other time, not right now. Because we're over the time limit. Yeah, we need a hit animation as well. And once we have hit animation, we'll also do the mining animation. And yeah, to have it affected by lighting. Yeah, because when we go here, hand needs to be darker, but we don't have darkness either way. We don't have lighting. This is ambient occlusion. We don't have lighting, chat. My Java Minecraft clone has lighting, this one doesn't. The walk animation had supposed to sync with walking? What do you mean? Have you ever played in competitive programming? No. Okay, chat, I'll do a summary of this stream. Because we're over the time limit and we don't have time for a new feature. So chat voted for a feature today. Chat decided for us to add the right hand. It's clipping because we didn't prioritize fixing it. We'll fix it some other time. It's not that big of a problem. So chat decided for us to implement the right hand. We added the right hand and made it rotate with the camera by having two cameras, one for the game world and another just for the hand. And this made very simple handling the rotations because the second camera position stays the same and the target stays the same, the rotation, and the hand stays the same there as well. And we just overlay it over the game itself. It was very simple. but thankfully chat told me this trick. It was very cool of chat. And then we added view bobbing. We added view bobbing by just having an offset of the hand position of the X and Y coordinates, just by calculating the values using cosine and sine of the seconds that have passed multiplied by some parameters we played around in IMGUI. And we multiplied the time that has passed with the player velocity so that it stops when the player stops. So that was it for today, chat. That was it. Good enough progress. Good enough progress. I'm happy with the result, chat. I'm happy with the result. So that's it, chat. That's it. Chat. This is it, chat. Bye, chat. I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably. Yeah, bye, guys. It was a fun stream. We did a lot. It was a big struggle with the math, man. Big struggle with the math.